feel good to see so many of you here. And I appreciate you singing and letting me do new shit. Nobody ever lets you do new shit. I don't even like if I go to a show and they're like, here's more of our new shit. I'm like, oh, God. I won't beat you to death. Thank you, man. Thank you. Anyway, I want to tell you this. Sometimes when we've had a good run down here in Florida and we have fun, and when I'm not having fun, I always think of when I first started. Don't stop me if you've heard this. And if you have heard this and it's different this time, I'm sorry. Unless you were hoping it would be, and then that's just something I threw in extra. But I like to tell people this story because I'm reminded of it all the time. It's the first time that I ever went to play in front of a group of people. I had 3 songs I had made up. And there was this thing called the Open Mic Songwriter Night at Cheatham Street Warehouse. And I went to this thing, and we walk in, and there's a woman with a clipboard, and they say you play 3 songs and they have to be your songs. And so I signed my name, and I looked at the name above mine on the list because I knew once I hear this guy's on, I got to think I'll be on next. So nobody played good, you know. And then I see his name is Aaron Allen. I'll never forget it. You remember it. I still talk to him all the time, but that was the first time I'd ever seen his name, and I remembered it because I knew I was going to go up after him. And then he got up to play, and his song, it was like he really played guitar good and he sang good, and maybe he shouldn't have been an open mic. And I thought, I don't think I should have to follow this. But then he did another that I thought was real. I mean, I know it's in the ear of the beholder, but I thought it was all very good. And then he did a Willie Nelson song, and I said, hey, fuck that, that's not right. I don't have to stand for this. So I went over to the woman who had the clipboard, and I said, bullshit. And she said, what do you mean? And I said, well, you said we had to sing our own shit, you know. And she said, right. And I said, well, everybody knows this is a Willie Nelson song. And she said, yeah, but Willie sings it, but Aaron wrote it. And I thought, oh, fuck. Time I'm ever gonna play. I say to the lady, can I go down the list a little bit? I've never done this in my life. And I went up and I started playing my first 3 songs, and I couldn't play them for you now if I had to. And while I was playing them, I couldn't stop thinking about Aaron Allen and what his days were like what's he like, smokes pot, rhymes his feelings, and tells people what Willie Nelson is like. Oh, what a job that would be. And the whole time I'm playing, I'm thinking of him. And so as soon as I got done, I went over and I introduced myself and I said, I really want to do what you do. And he said, first of all, he was like, well, we just both did this thing. And I said, yeah, but I mean, like, for a living. And he said, well, that's different. And I said, what? He said, you got to be better, man. And so, hey, that's what I asked for, you know. So I said, oh, yeah, well, how do you do that? He said, well, that's the thing, nobody knows. I went, oh, you got to give me something. He goes, I got this one thing this guy told me one time, and I'll pass it on to you. And now I'll pass it on to all of y'all. He said, if you want to get better at making up songs, he said, this guy told him in Nashville, a drunk guy, always a drunk guy, I'm sure he was an old guy, but he said, if you keep your life in a situation where you can pack up everything that you own, and be moved out of where you are inside of 15 minutes. And more importantly, if you keep your life in a situation where shit like that happens to you every once in a while, and you are forced to execute that maneuver, you will always be getting better at making up songs. True, but it's taken me, I bought into it, I'll tell you that. It has taken me a lot of discipline to keep my life as fucked up as it is. Red, I can still take rejection, but it's getting harder to do. I wish I could show you how you've hurt me in a way that wouldn't hurt you too. Tennis shoes hanging from a telephone wire. I've got a little money, I could get a little higher. I was alright for a while, but you know how it goes. Everything in moderation, including moderation, I suppose. I never did like the people where I was employed. They were always out to get me 'cause I'm paranoid. Now I'm working for myself, and that don't pay a lousy dime. If what we are here to do is learn to forgive each other, I'm only a little more time. It's too soon to tell. Too soon to tell. It's too soon to tell. Bye bye. It's too soon to tell what's going to happen to us when we die. Too soon to tell what we will ever avenge. They say that living well is the best revenge. I say bullshit. The best revenge is revenge. This is